So when the orchids stop blooming up at the shop, I take them home, cut them back, and get them to rebloom. Every plant in here is an orchid, mostly phalaenopsis, but we've got some odontoglossums. This is a pedlum. This is an oncidium. Phalaenopsis. It does this general shape and this leaf structure. That's what makes it a phalaenopsis. The color varies. There's another phalaenopsis over here, polka dotted. We've even got a splotchier polka dot over here. We've got oncidiums galore. There's this little guy. Yes, he's in a Mardi Gras cup. Oncidium carnival costume. This is a pretty common one. You may have seen that one before. This one here is a hybrid cross of an odontoglossum oncidium. We have lots and lots of the white phalaenopsis you can see all over the room. I've got this one dressed with a kiwi branch. This is not part of the plant, just decoration. And we've got a lot of them that are nice and healthy here. They're just not in bloom. There's not a thing wrong with this guy. I just cut him back just a couple days ago. I cut him all the way back. Sometimes I will cut it back and go for a subspike. You can see here where I've cut this one back, right there above the little node. There's a node, there's a node, and that's the node where we had our subspike grow. We've got a couple here that are starting to go out of bloom. That is normal. Once they all open up, they'll start doing this. There's nothing wrong with it. You can pluck it off if you like. This one's even starting to get a little veiny looking. We can pluck him off if we like. We can leave him there and let him fall off naturally. And this, of course, just decoration. So don't worry if you see that this pretty light green branch has turned brown. If it's got all the curves on it, it's just decoration. We've got here a couple lady slippers, and this one just popped open. This is a purple variety, looks very similar. Actually, it looks just like this one here. So that's him in his bud form, and there he is open wide. And here he is. This is what he'd look like when he first springs out of there. You can hardly even see the little bud in there. We got this guy up here. You see he's almost done blooming for the year. You can see where all these little spots are. Those are all of the little flower scars where I plucked them off. What else do we have? This little guy is also a phalaenopsis. He looks a little bit different. He doesn't have the little hairs on his lip there like most of them do. But he's still a phalaenopsis. Can be confusing. There's some other varieties here that are not blue. This is a Pathiopedilum hybrid. And this is one of very few that actually spit out more than one bloom at a time. This one will spit out 2 or 3, and you can see there is the third bud right there. There are a few different light conditions for the Pathiopedilum. You can see here that this one is a nice clean green color. And whereas this one is spotted, these spotted ones don't take nearly as much light. You can keep them, you see I have all of these mostly on the floor down here. They tend to like being on the floor. And then that helps their spikes grow straight up. Whereas you see this guy right here's been sitting over here, and I've got him staked with all these sticks, but he's still wanting to turn towards the light. So I usually keep these guys on the floor until they open up. In fact, I should put that guy back on the floor. Let's see, here's a weird one up here. It's a phalaenopsis, you see the leaf structure, but somehow he was crossbred to make a triple throat. You see, they always have the single throat. This guy, that's his normal throat. You can tell because it has these two side lapels, but then there's throat 2 and 3 on there. So that's a real unique one. And we've got a few other varieties that are not in bloom, such as your dendrobium, your blossom. These are both dendrobiums here. There's a mini variety and a large variety. And there's thousands and thousands of other species out there. I've just got the phales and the oncidiums and the paphiopedilums blooming today for you. And the roots, you might have noticed there's lots of roots hanging out all over the place in here. How do you keep your roots healthy? That's the question. You mist them. You can mist them daily, or if you forget, it's okay. You can mist them just whenever you think about it. Sometimes I don't get to misting until once a week. It's a fun thing for the kids to do because, look, it's magic. They're gray. Look, now they're green. Changes colors. When you do mist though, you want to be careful not to get any sitting inside the crevices of the leaves because that can rot the plant. You also want to be careful of that when you're watering. And you can give the leaves a light mist like that. Is okay, but you just don't want to get too close. You don't want that water to run back in there. And that's about it for today.